back to Ark here on the Isle server, on the Isle of Eden server, details of which you will find down below. I've got a new building project today. Oh my god, look at those eyebrows. And perhaps a few of the noises in the background might have given it away for you, because that's right, Ark introduced ponies. Ponies, and these are mine. Yes, I found a unicorn when I had to stop for a flyer to regain some stamina. There she was, right in front of me. So she was my first pony that I tamed, and so her taming effectiveness was quite low, but we've been doing a bit of leveling. She's really sweet. Here's my, oh, and of course the lights go off right at that moment. I'll brighten it up for you a bit, which is horrible because it washes out the colours. I've got Archie, Misty and Domino is actually the baby of Archie and Misty because I wanted to see what baby horses look like, and the final word is adorable. So today my project is to build them a house, not just have them hang out here with the cats. So I thought that we would, how you going, Hazard? Clear the rocks out of this area and build a stable complex down here. Now that means a bunch of gathering for me, a bunch of farming up metal and rocks, because obviously I want to have it in the same style as the castles and keeps, and castles and keeps have got a bunch of new bits and pieces that I want to have a bit of a play with as well. So it's just come to check us out. So I will go and do my farming and clear this area, and I suspect it might take a little bit of time just simply because of how slow the flyers are now. So I will see you in about 4 days. So here we go. This is our speed build, and I thought I would do this a little bit different rather than putting it into 19 parts, because it took me about 3 hours. I've cut it down, sped it up as you can see, and I thought I would commentate over the top of it like I do for my Sims 4 builds to give you an idea of what's going through my head. Now, I didn't have a specific plan for this. It's kind of organic. It grew as it was being built. So I'm testing out a couple of things. There's these really cool, what I thought were arches that we could use. But when I tested them, they kind of didn't work how I wanted. So I've now bought one of the horses out, that's Domino, and here we have a visit from Atomic, who took Domino for a bit of a trot round and then put her back. He approves, by the way. And I sort of wanted it to look like a stable, to feel like a stable for the horses, but not to still be in keeping with the style that the castle reflects. So it's all made of the same materials. And as you can see there, I'm checking out the width of the stalls and the length of the stalls for the horse. I really wish there was a mod that had little miniature feed bins, because one of those in each stall would look really cute. So we're just laying out the foundations here, getting the basic shape done. I do like to have things like this symmetrical, so it's identical almost from left to right. We have a couple of entrances that are just for us, and as you can see, the placement just misses a supply drop, so we don't have to worry about blocking that or having it being inside the building or anything like that. Those little arches are really cool, and I wish we had an actual fence, a stone fence that was that height, because it would look very cool for the horses' heads to be hanging over that on the inside of the stables. I also think it would be very, very cool if somewhere, I know there's a fancy fences mod, but if we had even if Vanilla Ark had gates in their fence inside their fences or their railings. Would be very cool to make pens out of railings and have little gates in them. So failing that, I've just got open fronted stalls. But so see here you can see lining up the stairs. They actually have two snap points on the foundation, so trying to get it the three of them the same snap point, not always the easiest. And by this stage I was swearing a bit. Not that you would have heard that, because you know ladies don't swear. So as I said, this is kind of growing organically, and I'm going backwards and forwards between the masonry bench where you create the items. I do have some items stored, there you can see, in the bulk storage. I also have some items on Hazard there, who is my building quets. I take him with me if I'm building something, like for example the lighthouse that we built up on the wall. So that's why you see me running to a couple of places. I also do realise that halfway through this I needed another materials run. This is the arches that I was talking about. I don't know why it wants to go over the top of a wall, like it wants to only make an arch that's half the size of a wall. It doesn't want to go from a wall to a wall, which I thought would be really cool to have a 2-wall high arch, but it doesn't want to work. So maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'll have to do a bit more playing around with it. And this is just getting an aerial view, just seeing how it's going. So yeah, we need some more stuffs, and more stuffs from the bird, and more stuffs to make. And as you can see, there's more stone in there because I've done another run to my stone gathering area, which I have left my doad there, or one of Atomic's doads anyway. Love those arches. Didn't really work for what I wanted, the look I wanted there, so we just went with the arrow walls, the ones with the arrow slots in them instead. So it's actually getting pretty close to completion here, even though it doesn't look like it. We're really almost at roof stage. It's just organising where and how I wanted the roof on. So because obviously it still a stables in the end. It may be a stable that you would see at a castle, but it's still meant for the horses, so it needs to give them protection, it needs to give them food, and I just put pillars to support that little balcony there just because it didn't make sense for it just to be hanging out without them. So here we are getting the sloped walls, sorry, on so that we can support the roof, and making sure that it's high enough for us. More materials, more, always more materials. I did find a place for those archways, incidentally, and that's in the entrances. I think they look very cool for you to walk through into the stable complex itself. I did, however, put them in the entrance where I want to bring the horses in, but I actually take them out because I just wanted something to support the upper walls themselves. So here's the roof going on, and it kind of goes on in pieces and leaves a large flat or rectangular area that for us to fill in with ceilings. So there is 4 areas of roofs, each with 3 each. If anybody wants a slowed down version of this, or perhaps a floor plan, hit me up because I can do that. But here you can see putting the arches in for the entranceways, which I think they're very, very cool. And the last little bits of the roof going on. Here's the ceiling going on, yeah, really quickly, and honestly I can't keep up with the daytime and the nighttime in here, so apologies for the bits where it's dark. As you can see, the castle area's got lots of red lights and lots of white lights, so it's quite bright in the castle, but we go back outside and it is, yep, went and got some fibre from the Ticolosaurus and all that into making some more mats. Now, the Castles and Keeps also have these really cool banners, which I wanted to test out, and these bits of straw are supposedly egg hatching or straw hatching beds, but I think horses don't really stand on stone in a stable, so I thought they looked really cool being on the floor of the stalls for them. And my clock is just about to go off, so I apologise for that. There you go, we didn't make enough. And this is trying out the banner, which they look very cool. They're paintable, so I will put some up at some stage, but I will do some artwork to go on them. There's some lights going in so that we can see what's going on. And the last little bit is, I think, yeah, testing out. There's a couple of storage boxes that also have been included with Castles and Keeps, and I was having a look at them, and I did choose one style, and I'll tell you about it in a minute, which looks very cool. So what am I doing here? Making the gun so that I can run around and change everything from the default grey stone to the obsidian colour. And this is putting the battlements around. I've chosen the ones which are on the rest of the castle with, and there's the clock, my apologies, with the murder holes so that people can shoot down through them, shoot arrows and guns and stuff. And here I am running around like a mad thing, shooting everything, turning it all obsidian, which was a whole heap of fun. Very easy way to do it, very convenient to be able to build everything and then not have to build scaffolding or not have to build it piece by piece and change it piece by piece as you go. This is a very easy and very quick way of doing it. So there you go. I took out the entrance because the upper walls were now supported, and this is putting in the last little bits. And now I'm probably going to return back to normal speed, which is dead slow, and finish out the video. So I hope you enjoyed the speed build. Okay, so here we are on the steps of our brand new stable complex. It's quite grand, but I adore the horses. They're my new favourite animal in ARC as far as just playing around. Not obviously for getting around, because I suspect they'd be a bit squishy. But yeah, so here it is, and I'm off to get the rest of my little herd to take up residence. So I will bring you back when they're all moved in. Okay, so our crew is all moved in, so let's go check them out. Alright, so you wouldn't come in this way with the horses. This is just for looks from the castle. The inn is there. So we have Domino, our model, here, and I put these storage boxes in because I thought they looked a bit like feed troughs and they kind of fitted the theme. So there's Domino. Here we have Archie and Misty, and we have Adiana. Now our unicorn. Now I guess I probably could take their saddles off and put them in the storage boxes, and in fact I might do that just because you don't leave horses sitting saddled up in their stalls or in their stables. You don't, unless they're tied up ready for you to go out. So this is it. This is our grand set of stables. I'll take you up from and have a look from the sky. And what we will do is park our Quetz that lands there. We will park him on the roof here, just so that he's out of the way and that visitors can come and land on the helipad. And yeah, so that's it. That's our stables. I look forward to your feedback. Do tell me what you think. If there's anything, oh, I can see a crooked bit of roof, which I will fix. If you can see anything you think I need to add, please do let me know. And I would like to give a special shout out to Alexis Arcade right here at the end of the video, who when I mentioned to her that I was going to build a stable, she asked if I was going to do a video on it. So this is basically because of her. I hope that you all enjoyed the speed build, and I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have a good one.